Previously on Feed the Beast.
I set up a safe house, a bolt hole in the hot zone. Come find me.
Tell you what, drop me on CityNet, put me on a public server, and I'll do the rest.
The problem, I think, is we got an outbreak of leg mites.
Jeez, Moon, you are no spring chicken today.
Certainly not. And it's gonna link to my brain, and then I'm gonna pop chumbatas all day long.
You got a party to go to. Don't you always have a party to go to?
Yeah, you should try sometime. Yeah, fucking loser. And it just goes and falls apart.
Huh. That's a very multi-perk.
Yeah.
It's the latest Rotorcast t-shirt.
Yeah.
Bruh. Hot zone.
Shit.
That's why I say maybe alive.
Whoa, you better come correct if you're going in there.
And now.
Let's talk a little bit about data pools. Night City's data pool is called CityNet. And data pools are a mini internet that's only citywide, right? And it's this really user-friendly system so that almost anyone can make content and create stuff without knowing a whole lot of technical stuff. It's taught to kids how to make your basic stack of information cards. Dreamland is the private version of that for dreamers that has a bunch of AIs in it as well. How they operate is part of the evolving nature of Dreamland, but it's also where people discuss the project or hang out, make music and share music or animations and tell stories, host role-playing games.
It's YouTube.
Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah. It's an intranet.
Yeah. But how do you guys interact with that? What do you do in an evening?
Oh, if you don't think that Sprocket has a blog and several videos
With Vlad on it.
just about Vlad.
Yeah.
From like Vlad's point of view, she'll occasionally do little videos.
Is that on CityNet or just Dreamland?
That's just on Dreamland.
Yeah. If you'll permit me, Vlad Bible.
Nice.
Like her doing little routines with Vlad, like making him jump through hoops.
24 regular audience on that. It's not
Nice.
super popular.
24,000?
No, 24 people.
Yeah.
24 people. 24 subscribers who regularly tune in to get updates on Vlad the Rat.
Vlad has a higher reputation than any of us.
The Chronicles of Vlad.
Vlad. Yeah, she'll like maybe make like tiny little obstacles and like show him running through them, or occasionally she'll put a little funny hat on him.
And those 24 viewers fucking love it.
They appreciate
They
it.
love it. It's really chill. You know, living in the age of streaming has taught me there's an audience for fucking everything.
Yeah.
What about you, Spitfire?
Does the net, because the way I understand Dreamland is it's pretty much like centralized. It's a city net that has been encrypted and centralized for use of people here in heaven.
Yeah, it's air gapped. It doesn't actually link physically to CityNet.
So is there a way that he can utilize CityNet to kind of keep up to date with things outside and in Night City?
Yeah,
in
of
the
course.
Way?
Your agent can still link to CityNet as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's more so what Spitfire's concerned with. He kind of
You keep up with the news of the day and
news of the day and seeing like kind of where the lay of the land is in Night City, kind of where the new corps are popping up and, you know, where power is beginning to manifest and kind of gang-related violence and everything
a lot of
else.
it's in construction and construction contractors. People are starting to move in big numbers and rebuild and repair. And a lot of the major political conflicts are between the various corporate speculators and the old city government about who gets to decide what goes where and who owns what part of the city and who's responsible for keeping the gangs out of it once you put it up.
And the only other thing he really does is, you know, every now and then he'll keep an eye out for the code word, the way.
Do you do any learning? Keep your skills, technical manuals and stuff?
He tries to
date?
stay dexterous with his hands. The cards, as much as it was just a way to piss off the gang
totally,
there.
yeah.
It is very much, you know, keeping his hands dexterous, whether it's, you know, through the use of holograms and like little puzzles and things like that.
Yeah, it's
that
a great way to use it. Yeah.
The idea of Rubik's cubes, but holographically so and linking
like
them up.
Avid might be like, tonight I've got a Hurricane Arms heavy weapon for you to deconstruct.
It's like a time travel time trial challenges.
Where a complicated weapon you don't necessarily have access to.
Yeah.
She can show you the hologram and rate you on how you pull it apart and put it back together.
And I mean, tonight especially will be, give me a rough estimation of that same piece of crap polymer one-shot that I had, and he's going to keep trying to do the smart link.
See if it can be done.
Yeah, he's just going to make that a little challenge. It's like, he fucked that one up, but it's like, let's see if it's even plausible.
Just give me one more check.
19.
After a few hours and a few virtual shatterings, you do manage to thread the electronics into the sighting system on this polymer one-shot.
Motherfucker.
Can be done. It just has to be done extremely slowly with like the tiniest drill bit possible. It can't be done by hand. You have to leverage a robot arm to be steady enough to do it.
Need tools to be able to actually get in rather than being like a gritty hands-on job.
And Wax, what do you use the data pool for, and what do you do with your free time?
Any of the netrunners in Dreamland, they all know each other.
Yeah.
They're all known to each other. And there are certain friends and certain rivalries, and the rivalries are messy, and the friends are close, and Wax is outside of all of that. They know him, he knows them. He's the dickhead who hangs out. Like, they all trade in net running skills, and they all trade in like programs
and like stories about nets they ran and stuff they went and jobs they did. And
for him, he's kind of like, yeah, I'm about that world, but also meat space is cool, and you should dress well, and you should, like hang out with other people in meat space. And
they also get into a bit of drama as well.
They get really finicky and really obsessive about stuff that he is not interested in.
Yeah.
That at all.
Yeah.
And because they don't big picture stuff, he's not into that. He does try and like school them when it comes to like when it's hacking like the ratings and the point systems and that sort of stuff. Like he's into that, in that like keeping skills sharp. But in terms of like hanging out with them,
community,
he's not part of that.
Yeah.
What he is part of is hanging out with Silver and occasionally having a drink.
Do you have any creative pursuits?
He doesn't really. He listens to music. He's more of a consumer of stuff than a creator. If he's creating programs, that's kind of where his artistic flair exists.
Yes.
That's about taking stuff that's already established and making it cooler and smoother and better. Like taking a Speedy Gonzalez and making it a Teleria.
Yeah.
Because that's cool.
It's extra. It's a little
That's
extra.
fun.
Yeah.
Whereas like building a whole new program from scratch, he's like, nah though. Bruh.
We're going to look at how long it takes Wax to work his way through this file, given how long he can reasonably work on it a day. I'm going to offer you a couple more options.
Great.
If you get stuck. Next day, you have a look at TikTok Tangle, and it's a DV15. It's getting harder.
In this instance, I am going to spend a couple of points of luck.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend 2 points of luck.
So you just like, I think it's this. This is the solution.
Timing needs, like, if you don't find the right rhythm, you just won't get it.
Yeah. So you think it's a rhythm thing?
It seems like that.
Go for it.
And this was,
Cryptography.
Yeah, that's a pass by like 25.
By 25.
Oh, sorry, on 25.
But you only rolled one.
Jesus Christ.
So making progress means you don't have to make a concentration check. Do you think you set enough time to kind of break it the next day? The next couple of days?
I'd like to try to do it in 2 days. In the first day that we've had, and then this day as well.
The next layer is called Easy Once You See It, and it's DV17.
Okay, I'm going to spend the last of my luck. I only have 3 points of luck.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same day. Wax is in his hot bedroom / room. He's not.
Music's pumping.
He's not dressed in anything other than undergarments. Like he hasn't put on clothes.
It's just like I'm fucking into this today.
It's just a day for underpants and sitting in front of a computer.
All the way through are little like references and in-jokes and memories that he's laid in there. This is for you to decrypt.
And that's why he's kind of locked himself away. It was exhausting yesterday when he had to go out, come back. So I want me time.
Yeah.
And so he'll try and get past.
Easy once you see it.
And he'll roll a 19 total.
It shifts every time that you pause in working on it. You look away and the problem has changed into an entirely different one that will need a different set of programming tools. You solve it by stepping back and recognizing that the puzzle is in the pattern of shifting. And once you see that, it snaps into place.
Right. Beautiful. Wax is absolutely going to keep going on.
Okay, give me a concentration check for
As
this
he
one.
does, yeah. As he does, even in these ones, he is beginning to take on the mannerisms of a 14-year-old boy again. The tone of these puzzles are what he was taught as a kid. And so to think through things, he's on the floor, sitting on his
Right,
lying on his belly, being like, how am I going to figure this out?
Yeah.
He begins to like swing on his chair rather than being still and looking.
Regresses slightly.
It regresses slightly towards like a childhood Wax.
Next level is called Fractal Hell. Give me a concentration check for this one.
13.
Yeah, that doesn't beat it.
Okay.
So you take a look at Fractal Hell.
Describe to me Fractal Hell.
Jesus.
We know what fractals are, right?
Yeah.
They're a pattern that repeats endlessly in a smaller and smaller scale. This is a never-ending descent. You look at it and you don't know where to begin.
It's like finding the last number of pi. It's a continual moving inwards action.
About the time that you sigh in frustration is when your agent tells you, sorry to interrupt, we've got a call from Highwire.
Ugh.
You want to take it?
Just play the message.
It's an active call. He wants to chat.
Right. All right. Let's chat.
Hey, loser.
Hey, dickhead.
You having fun with my little toy?
It came to me, actually. It chose me because you're a shit netrunner.
Yeah, that's why I've got $1 million Eddie contract from Biotechnica and you live in a vertical shithole. Your daddy, he worked for Biotechnica for quite a while, and all of his shit is my shit. How does that make you feel?
You seem really obsessed with, like, me and my family. Do you have a complex or something going on, dude? Like,
You know what?
what are you gonna do? You gonna get dad's like date of birth? Like, what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna crack through this shitty encryption, find out where he stashed his gear, and I'm gonna take it. And if you're nice to me, maybe I'll share a bit of it with you.
You're gonna be too late. I'm faster and better than you.
See you there, Chumbata.
Not if I see you first.
Fucking childhood.
He's 17.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How old's Wax?
21.
It's okay.
Not only is he 17, a corporation has given him
A 17-year-old, millions of dollars.
millions of eddies. Here's a bodyweight suit. Here's a top-of-the-line deck. Here's every program you want. They just enable his worst impulses.
And here's the shit from a very famous netrunner that I can get my hands on.
yeah, he's seen it in the Biotechnica files, and he's like, yeah, that's mine. I deserve to have that. I'm the best.
That compounded arrogance of, when you've got someone that's just a real shithead, but it's like, fuck, he can kind of back it up too.
Kinda like
just
a-
Have you
compounds the
seen
ego.
esports?
Yeah.
Have you seen
He's
esports?
toxic as fuck.
Check out hacker videos. They're fucking interesting as you see like 25-year-olds, 23-year-olds, 16-year-olds being flown around the world, taken to China and all these big sponsored events and giving
Right.
hacking competitions are
Oh,
fucking
wow.
interesting.
That's fucked.
The culture as well.
And they're all like fucking hot, think they're hot shit.
they
right?
and they can
And they kind of
back
are.
it up.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Yeah.
Because they're all like white hat hackers and in their spare time probably black hats as well.
Yeah,
Like,
so
you
That's
know,
this
like,
kid.
Yeah,
That's this kid,
that's
but
this
like
kid.
early on.
Yeah.
Like, you
And-
haven't had a good assessment of his skills yet, but he's enough that Biotechnica paid him a salary.
This is why Wax doesn't hang out with a lot of the netrunners.
They're
And
assholes.
A lot of them are like this, yeah. It's
Wax-
an ego thing.
Yeah.
Wax
Yeah.
is cool. He's just kind of above
Above it, yeah.
Yeah.
From this point, he doesn't call you again, but he is relentless with like just childish taunts. Every so often, he sends you some gross, explicit picture or just some childish taunts.
Yeah.
Do you open any of them? Do you just have them sent straight to the trash bin?
I mean, my agent kind of sorts them.
Yeah.
And it's
They're
like,
all trash.
yeah, it's just like
all of them.
Wax smiles and laughs to himself because he's a kid and he's like,
You're under his skin.
He's wasting time taunting me when he should be being a netrunner. It's the dude on the beach who was like, yeah, I'm going to catch a sick wave, as opposed to the guys out there waiting for waves.
Catching sick waves.
Catching
yeah.
sick waves.
We'll go on to the next day. You sort of had to give up on Fractal Hell, sleep on it. This is a DV21.
All right.
Okay. And you've used all your luck.
I have used all my luck. 21.
Close.
Yeah, defender wins.
So I want you to make a deduction check to see if you can use reasoning to figure out what the heck is going on with this thing.
I'm going to roll a 16 total.
A conversation you didn't understand when you were younger about how your dad was trying to show you about the beauty in the world that maybe is now making more sense to you as you understand that he worked with Biotechnica. He pointed out that the fractals are reflected over and over and over again in nature. So that brings it down to a DV17 now, because you start to think a bit more like your dad.
Did you roll a 1?
Yeah. And then a 10.
No, you've done it twice now.
So I roll like a 6.
So you can make
4.
you can make 3 checks a day.
Yeah.
If you fail one, the next one requires concentration. So you've had 2 checks.
Yep. I need a concentration roll.
You need a concentration roll, DV13.
I think Wax starts thinking like his dad.
Yeah.
And hates that.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, fuck that. Dude was a fucking bastard. He ran out. Defender wins. It's, I still
Really
fail.
throwing you.
3 days you've been working on this. More trash in your inbox.
Next day, trying to beat Fractal Hell.
You crack it?
I roll a 23 on my cryptography roll and crack Fractal Hell.
Hell
I just needed a day.
You need it again. You need to sleep on it.
Yeah.
Really helps. Last layer. It's just called sorry. DV24.
Fuck.
Once a day, you can try and make a deduction
Okay.
to decrease it. You can also maybe ask for some help.
I'm not asking for help.
Fair enough.
Because I know who you want me to ask for help. You want me to ask a fucking rabbit for help?
Well, or you could put it on Dreamland.
No. This is dad stuff.
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
Did you just go for it? No deduction?
No deduction. I just rolled.
And what did you get?
He critted.
26.
The coordinates finally, at long last, flash up one by one, and your agent places them on a map of Night City, zeroing down and down into the corporate hot zone. Down to the old corporate plaza. There, in the underground car park of the WNS building, is where you'll find Daedalus's hideout.
Wax, sweaty, not malnourished, but like skinny and a little bit
Exhausted.
Pale. Will put on clothes.
And hopefully a bit of deodorant.
He still looks great.
Yeah.
This is wax we're talking
This is
about.
wax. He
Yeah.
doesn't need wax.
No,
Just looks
he
good.
just
Hey.
red shirt, black jacket, black pants, black boots with red stripes down the side.
Nice.
Game time.
Grab his cyber deck, grab his guns, and head out to find Spitfire and Sprocket to posse up because they're going.
Do you get on your agent or do you go find your companion?
No, I get on my agent. You both get a call from Wax. Sup?
Hello, Wax. How are you? We have not seen you in a long time.
You're alive.
Yeah, I got a opportunity for us.
Did
I
you
found
see all my pictures of the chickens?
Not yet.
Okay.
Listen, there's an opportunity for us to get a big score. My dad he's a netrunner. He's a programmer.
Okay.
There's a valuable program out there potentially that I think I can get, and I need your help to get it.
We're visiting your family?
Sort of. It's complicated.
Wait, sorry. Where did this opportunity come from?
I had a program, Data Fortress, that I had to kind of break. You know, it's net running stuff, but
Right. So this is a program that leads to a program.
yeah, my family's fun like that.
And you think it will be valuable?
It's valuable,
for
it's important,
Kevin?
and look, if we don't get it, Corpse will get it, because there's another netrunner who's on the trail. I think we need to go right now, and I'm asking both of you to give me a hand with this, because the man that is my father decided the safest place to put hidden stuff, secret stuff, potentially dangerous stuff, is in the middle of the hot zone.
The hot zone.
So if you...
Are you... I'm sorry. So, the hot zone.
Wow,
yeah,
You're aware of what the hot zone is, right?
I've only ever heard of hot zone in stories. We'll be going there?
we'll be
Yeah,
going.
the hot zone, filled with radiation, filled with poisonous, not only gas, but poisonous people, ruined rubble. There's nothing out there worth grabbing, surely. It's all...
Listen up. If I didn't think I could do this without you, I wouldn't ask. I need your help. If you want to help, if you want to keep dangerous programs out of Corpse, if you don't want them rebuilding, I'll see you in Heaven's Gate in an hour. And with that, he'll cancel the call.
Goodbye? Jeez. No one says goodbye anymore.
Clicks off.
Did you go? Oh, no! So rude. Jeez. At least you're polite, Vlad.
So, are you...
Click.
Oh, hung up on by Vlad.
But you're right next to me!
Wait, where is my agent? Vlad!
Made up.
Scurrying away with it.
Well, for Spitfire, he takes a moment by himself. He has to kind of sit with the knowledge of going into the hot zone. He knows what's there. He doesn't want to go there, but he also knows the kind of person that Wax is, and regardless of whether he goes or not, Wax is going. And the one thing that Wax does not do is Wax doesn't generally bullshit about stuff that he's got like kind of a hard line towards. So
or ask for help.
Yeah. So whether he likes it or not, he has to trust that it's something at least somewhat valuable. So he forgoes his red camo jacket and gets his jet black. The black shoes, black cargo pants, the same, black shirt. Once again with the balaclava, he's going full nighttime for this one. He grabs his usual crossbow filled with his arrows, which includes the poison-tipped arrows, but he also has his red-tipped arrows, which are his armor-piercing rounds, which he's most likely definitely going to be needing on this one. He's going to spend the afternoon just mentally doing a bit of shopping just to see if there's anything else he might want to grab beforehand. But otherwise, he's pretty much all set to go.
Some sort of device for detecting radiation levels. I'm sure Avid would point that out as you're kind of gathering your gear all together.
Look, I don't need anything that's going to be, takes time, but if you can think of anything that can...
I'll ask around Dreamland, see if I can get you an ion tube detector.
Let's start with that.
Yeah, if you get your skin melted off, I'm stuck out there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know what? Set it up. Get it done.
The Forge has one in inventory. I'll make sure it's available to you to pick up on your way down.
Cheers, Avid. You're a gem.
I know I am.
Hot zone.
Rocket will obviously be loading up all of her weapons.
Yeah.
So there's a shotgun, SMG, tomahawk, sledgehammer.
Oh, well.
She's like running around. Like it's a very small little area, but she's just like very excited and like, Vlad, make sure we have provisions, and like Vlad's scurrying and like dragging with
Bringing
his little
individual shotgun shells over
with
to
his
you.
little teeth. He's like dragging her pile of clothes and stuff. The one thing is, I wonder if anyone would be able to give me, because I've got like frackle money.
Well, you're a dreamer, so you just ask for help from your fellow dreamers.
I wonder if I used up one of my flashbangs.
You could talk to Skip. Give me a DV9 conversation check.
That's 17.
She's very happy with your team since you pulled it off without even getting hurt. Brought back some really good stuff. She's like, yeah, whatever you need. Flashbangs, we got them. You want an assault rifle?
Whoa. Like her eyes go really big.
I've seen Wax standing out there. He's got a look that I haven't seen him have before. So gear up. I want to see you guys come back alive.
Do you also have an EMP grenade?
Oh, jeez, let me check. I do. Yeah, I got. We got one. We just got one in stock. But yeah, we got one.
Could I pretty please be using it?
Look, yeah, you can. Sure, for sure.
Thank you.
Hey, Avid, can you send out a message for me?
Sure
This
thing.
needs to be top priority because I'm off in 20 minutes. So can you send a message to Moon? I'm in the market for sleep arrows, but those are a little bit rarer. So if he has incendiary ones, they'd be really gravy in what he wants for them.
Here's a few loaded with knockout gas, incendiary chemicals, not really Moon's style. Yeah, he uses the chemical to tranquilize some of the animals when he's doing work on them. He thinks you could definitely fashion them into arrows.
All I need is about 10 of those arrows. I'll dip them in the sleep, and then we're good to go.
Right, he's asking you to take a look at his auto feeder when you get back.
Fine, whatever he wants, I'll give it to him. That's fine.
I'll have someone run them down to you if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. Cheers. He's going to get those. He's going to fashion some sleep arrows, and they are blue-tipped.
Yeah, nice and quick. A few minutes left as you shoulder all your gear. You pull your car out of the motor pool.
Yeah, definitely going to be I mean, how else are we going to get out?
Yeah, exactly. Sprocket gets her bulletproof glass machine gun equipped car out, pulls up in front of Wax.
Wax has his cyberdeck slung over his shoulder, his virtuality goggles around his neck. He's got an SMG clipped onto his belt. He's in his light armor jack. He's got a pistol in hand, a sword in the other. His hair is red faded, so it goes to white, and he looks like he means business. He isn't grabbing anything extra. His cyberdeck is full of programs, including one that he doesn't want there. And once they're in the car, Wax explains that he has a rogue program basically on his cyberdeck. It's, fucking Barmus. It's
A rabbit.
Oh, he explains it all. Beautiful.
Yeah. He tells you everything because he realizes that one of you both might die, and he doesn't want to fucking have you die.
Not know why either.
Yeah, surprisingly emotionally honest about it as well. They're going to his dad's safe space where he has a program which might change the way we interact with lots of different tech.
Mainly the old net.
Mainly the old net. And maybe it's a way of navigating the old net safely, which is fucked as a concept.
The old net's filled with virus programs. It's a wasteland.
It's a death trap, yeah. And that's what's up for grabs. Imagine every corp having access to the old net. Imagine everything that they'd have access to.
What I need to know is this a theory? Is this exactly, or is this a bit of a Hail Mary?
You want to risk it? I don't imagine I've got a fucking rabbit on my cyber deck on for the ride, you know? I think this is pretty legit. What it does, if they work, who knows? But Dad is a smart guy. Hopefully I'm smarter.
So we'll find something.
Yeah.
Trouble
for sure.
either way, but yeah.
There's another corp running for it, another, net runner.
And this is the same company that we just busted away. So we got Biotechnica on our ass as well.
Yeah. We got to get there before they do.
Well, I can go fast.
Spitfire pops the hood up over his hair, cinches up the bandana.
Sprocket, let's go fast.
Vlad, strap yourself in.
Crawls into your jacket, disappears somewhere.
Punches it.
In the dying light of the California sun, you ride the on-ramp up onto the elevated highway and join the river of Night City's resurgent traffic flow. As the sun slips below the ever-present smog layer, it sprays apocalyptic red light over the ground cars, trucks, flatbeds and coaches that are signs that blood is beginning to pump through the city's veins once more. As you ride the curving lanes towards the hot zone, that blood supply begins to dry up. The spiderweb of scaffolding and cranes, the plumes of dust, and the buzzing of aerial traffic falls away behind you. Ahead, the festering wound of the old corporate zone looms. A nightmare tangle of half-collapsed skyscrapers leaning against one another and heaps of rubble too radioactive to be safely bulldozed into the bay. Soon, you're the only ones on your stretch of road. Although you spot one minivan loaded high with miscellaneous salvage precariously secured with bungee cords and tarpaulin chugging along in the opposite direction. Navigating a crumbling interchange brings you onto a stretch of highway littered with the burned-out hulks of wartime military hardware, overturned trucks, and abandoned vehicles. As you open up the throttle, you hear the roar of overclocked engines as a ground car and two road bikes leap onto the highway behind you. The vehicles, their drivers, and their passengers are daubed in the lurid colours of the Metal Warriors. Guns at the ready, they open fire without hesitation. Roll to Cast Feed the Beast is a Baby Beard media production. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and all our podcasts are on Spreaker, Spotify, YouTube, and all good podcatchers. You can support us on Patreon at www.patreon.com/babybeard. Cyberpunk Red and all associated properties are trademark of R. Talsorian Games. Used with permission.